So Buddha teaches in order to understand the Four Noble Truths, the best way, the easiest way is to understand the true nature of these five things. Rupa, that is form, Vedana, that is feelings, Sanya, that is perception, Chetana or Sankhara, that is thoughts, and finally Vijnana, the consciousness. If one understands the true nature of these five things, Buddha teaches one can understand the true nature of suffering and the cause of suffering, end of suffering, and the path leading to the end of suffering. So that is why we use this powerful meditation as vipassana meditation to understand the true nature of those five khandhas, upadana khandhas, the groups of clinging. So today we are going to do the investigation on the third one, sanya, perception. Okay, so we are going to follow the original discourses of the Buddha to do this meditation, and those discourses, about hundreds of discourses about this meditation, guidance of the Buddha, can be found in the connected discourses, Samyutta Nikaya. So I am going to use one of those suttas to guide you. So let's see how we can develop wisdom with regard to the perception group of clinging, okay? Sit comfortably. Please investigate the true nature of perceptions. We perceive visual objects through the seeing process. We perceive sounds through the hearing process. We perceive smells through the smelling process. We perceive tastes through the tasting process. We perceive tangibles through the touching process. We perceive thoughts through the thinking process. So there are 6 classes of perceptions. Perception of forms, perception of sounds, perception of smells, perception of tastes, perception of tangibles, perception of thoughts, Let us investigate the true nature of the perception of forms, rupa sanya. When the attention goes to the seeing process, three things come together. Union of eye, visual object, and consciousness. Eye contact. With the arising of eye contact, perception of form arises. We perceive colors of that object. We perceive different shapes of that object. We perceive many features of that object. We cling to desirable perceptions, desirable features. We reject undesirable features. With the arising of contact, perception of forms arise. No matter how much we like perceptions, no matter if we want to hold on to them, with the passing away of contact, with the change of contact, perception of form changes and ceases. Three things come together in the hearing process. Union of ear, sound, and consciousness is ear contact. As a result, we perceive sweet sounds, sweet music, sounds of the loved ones. As a result, craving arises. We cling to them. We want to hold on to sweet sounds. That is the cause of suffering. With the arising of ear contact, perception of sounds arises. When ear contact changes, perception of sounds changes. With the cessation of ear contact, perception of sounds ceases. Perception of Sounds is impermanent. 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 Perception of sounds is subject to change. Subject to change. Perception of sounds is not mine. Not I am. Not myself. Three things come together in the smelling process. Impermanent, three things come together. The union of nose, smell, and consciousness. This is nose contact. As a result, perception of smells arises. We perceive agreeable smells, disagreeable smells. We mistake them to be mine, myself, which is the cause of suffering. With the arising of nose contact, perception of smells arises. With the cessation of nose contact, perception of smells ceases. Perception of smells is impermanent. Perception of smells is subject to change. Perception of smells is not mine. Not I am. Not myself. Three things come together in the tasting process. Union of tongue, taste, and consciousness is tongue contact. With the arising of tongue contact, perception of tastes arises. We perceive delicious tastes, agreeable tastes. We like to hold on to them. We like to delight in them. We mistake them to be mine. I am, myself. That is the cause of suffering. They don't last according to our wish or will. They last. The perception of tastes last as long as tongue contact lasts. With the cessation of tongue contact, perception of tastes ceases. Perception of tastes is impermanent. Subject to change. Perception of tastes is not mine. Not I am. Not myself. Three things come together in the touching process. Union of body, tangible, and consciousness is body contact. As a result, we perceive tangibles, touches, sensations, desirable sensations, disagreeable sensations. With the cessation of body contact, perception of tangibles ceases. Perception of tangibles is impermanent. Perception of tangibles is subject to change. Perception of tangibles is not mine. Not I am. Not myself. Three things come together in the thinking process. Union of mind, thought, and consciousness is mind contact. With the arising of mind contact, perception of thoughts arises. Even though we like to hold on to desirable thoughts, we cannot get it. That is the cause of suffering. With the arising of mind contact, perception of thoughts arises. With the cessation of mind contact, perception of thoughts ceases. Perception of thoughts is impermanent, subject to change. Perception of thoughts is not mine. Not I am. Not myself. Various perceptions arose in the past. We have been kings in our past lives. We have been queens in our past lives. We have been extremely wealthy people in our past lives. We have been extremely poor people in our past lives. We have been animals in our past lives. We have been heavenly beings in our past lives. Various perceptions arose every time. They didn't last long. They lasted but a while. We didn't have any power to hold on to them, to own those perceptions. With the arising of contact, perceptions arose in the past. With the cessation of contact, perception ceased in the past. Therefore, all the perceptions arose various perceptions will arise in future. They all will arise with the arising of contact. With the cessation of contact, all the future perceptions will cease. All the future perceptions are impermanent, subject to change. Not mine, not I am, not myself. Whatever perceptions have arisen at present have arisen with the arising of contact. All the present perceptions will change with the change of contact. With the cessation of contact, all the present perceptions will cease. All the perceptions at present are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the internal perceptions are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the external perceptions are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the gross perceptions are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the subtle perceptions are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the inferior perceptions are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the superior perceptions are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the perceptions that are far away are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the perceptions that are near are impermanent, subject to change, not mine, not I am, not myself. All the perceptions are impermanent, impermanent, impermanent. Perception of forms are subject to change. Perception of sounds are subject to change. Perceptions of smells are subject to change. Perception of tastes are subject to change. Perception of tangibles are subject to change. Perception of thoughts are subject to change. All the perceptions are not mine, not I am, not myself. Perceptions are impermanent. Impermanent. Slowly and gradually stop your meditation. Slowly and gradually stop your meditation. Rejoicing in the powerful good karma of Vipassana meditation and sharing blessings with all beings. sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.